everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Gladria South. I am your humble DM Tyler as I try to fix some on stream, but I fixed it, okay. Welcome back to the game. As you could tell by the music, we're going to have some combat starting soon, but let's kind of reintroduce the cast for those who may be here for the first time. So if someone would like to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Divino. I'm a Twilight Cleric. I'm a really tanned High Elf who's kind of a disappointment in my family for praying to the wrong god.
Fate, playing Grimshaw, the Bard.
I'm Robin, playing Kaz the Druid.
And I'm Sirius, playing Zer the Monk.
Alrighty, so a couple things. First off, you might have noticed Grimshaw's new picture, but I'm going to show it on stream. It looks pretty dope. He's a lot more thinner now, I think. So
Lost some weight, eating only rations.
yeah, but he looks pretty dope.
Sick hair.
Secondly, you notice that the person who usually plays Autumn is not here. That's because they unfortunately had to drop out of the campaign due to work circumstances. But, you know, that's life. We did get a new player, but they'll join in the next game of Gladria South. But until then, Autumn, the character, is still here, and they will be basically an NPC from this point going forward. Alrighty. So without further ado, let's just try to catch everyone up on the story. Basically, what you guys were able to find through Umbretta's investigation, a teleportation circle, a demonic one at that. While you guys are trying to figure out your next move, Divino got some information from their knowledge cleric saying that the teleportation circle could possibly be, you know, a transportation to the enemy. Preparing for the worst, you guys stocked up on some supplies before figuring out using rubies would teleport you. And at this point, you guys teleport to your first quote-unquote dungeon, where it's basically a cult hideout. You've encountered what seems like to be a necromancer wizard who was training some of the cultists in some magic. However, he was able to get away before you guys could do some massive damage. While encountering these cultists, a grave cleric by the name of Autumn appeared, and after assisting you guys, figured out that Autumn was taken by some of the cultists. You guys then explored most of the area. While exploring, a bunch of cultists attracted a demon, a Balrgura, who at this point has been wreaking havoc throughout the dungeon while you guys have been trying to go through it stealthily. You guys saved the couple that had been going on dates at the tavern ever since we started this game. And since then, Grimshaw opened the door to what seems like to be the Balrgura, basically smashing into one of these berserker torturers into pancake. And now a pile of viscera is just left where this cultist was. Now, at this point, we left off with a bunch of prisoners with a paladin trying to escape out of his cage, and the Balrgura looking towards you and roaring at you with the Gorilla's Roar Grimshaw. As at this point, I'd like all of you to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh boy.
That moment you're like, oh, that's right, I need to use dice.
22.
3.
Found a random set. Roll it. Oh, that's really sad. 6 in total.
6 in
Where
total.
are my actual dice?
Oh no.
I just found a random Kickstarter set on my desk. So I was like, I'll use these.
Alrighty. Grimshaw, what'd you roll?
22.
22, nice. Zer?
6.
6. Kaz?
3.
3, alright. Apparently my dog wants to leave the room before we start combat, of course. Between Zer and Davina, which one of you two would like to go first?
I have 0 attacks. He can go before me.
I'll go first.
Which one of you would like to go first? Sorry.
I will.
Zer will go first. Okay. Let me just write down the initiative. 1 second. Alrighty. Okay, Grimshaw, you are the first to act. You see this Balrgura turn this pile of cultists into just plain viscera, and it roars at you. Everyone in the cage just seems to be a bit panicked, and you see that this paladin over here is trying to struggle, try to get out of the cage, and you recognize this paladin as like a paladin of the Palladian Guard, so you know he could be a great asset in this fight. The paladin guard says, "You there, Dragonborn! There's the prisoner," and he points to the prisoner over here. He had a key on him to unlock my cell. Unlock my cell, and I shall aid you in defeating this beast. As he says this to you, Grimshaw, what do you do?
Grimshaw takes the handle of the door and very slowly closes it.
The paladin's like,
looks
"Wait,
back.
warrior, please don't leave!" And then he closes
His
the door.
voice like slowly muffles as I close it. And he just looks back at Kaz. He's like, "Do we have to?"
Well, I mean, by all means, leave those people to die. But that's on your conscience, not mine.
I was afraid you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
And he kicks open the door and he says, "Gaudy, get your lockpick."
Okay.
And I sent him to go lockpick the Palladium Guard, and then I'm still attached.
That's fine. I can detach him. He's detached now.
And then I say, "Charge!" And I run up with my rapier.
Alrighty. So go ahead and make a dexterity check, and I think Gaudy's proficient in thieves' tools, right?
Yep. That
Alright.
was one of the proficiencies I gave him.
Yep. So go ahead and make a dex check, adding a proficiency bonus to see if we can unlock the lock.
I'm just gonna roll my initiative because it's 1d20 plus 4
Sure.
for him. He rolled a nat 1.
Oof.
Do we have any sort of inspiration or fucking rerolls?
His
Oh god.
his thieves' tools break as he tries to pick the lock. He goes, "Oh no, boss! The thieves' tools, it broke!
Alright. Instead of attacking as my action, I'm just gonna sacrifice myself as the lamb here. Reach into this guy's pocket, grab the fucking key,
Okay.
and yeet it to Gotti.
Alrighty.
Let's
say that'll
would you
take a
call that a
bonus
bonus?
action. Yeah.
Appreciate. I'm gonna have him use his bonus action help to unlock it,
Alrighty.
and then I will make my attack.
Alrighty.
$24 to hit.
24. Also, I forgot to mention this. Balrgura, you see that he has a bunch of ash on him and a bunch of like slash marks on him, so you could tell this Balrgura has taken some damage. You said 24 to hit?
Yes, it did.
That did hit.
Nice, max damage, 12 damage.
Nice. You do some good damage to this Balrgura. It goes.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Gotti unlocks the paladin's cage, and he goes, "Thank you, little dragonborn." And then he kind of looks around and he looks at the nearby axe. So at this point, I'll roll initiative for the paladin. I'll use some white dice to represent him. Okay. Alrighty. It is now Autumn's go. Autumn, seeing the situation, let me just look at his kit, see what he can do. I think he still has a good amount of spells left over. One second here, folks. One moment. Here we go. Now I can access his character sheet. Alright. Kaz, you're pretty hurt, right?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
He'll do cure wounds at 2nd level for you, just to get you back up.
Oh, baby. Thank you.
Alright, which is 2d4 plus 9? Yeah. No, that's false life. My apologies. It's 2d8. So I'll roll the hit dice because he does. Because what? Alright. You gain back 18 hit points. He goes, "Here, Kaz, you might need to be involved in this fight," and he heals you.
Thank you.
Let me see the rest of his kit. Yeah, he can't really do anything else. So that will be it for the turn. He's just gonna kind of hang back and get his crossbow ready for an attack, it seems. Alright, the Balrgura gets to go now. So he'll make 2 attacks against you, Grimshaw.
Fair. that? I get them Twilight Temp hit points.
So one fist misses, one fist hits. With a 17 plus 7, I'm assuming hits you, right?
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. So he will deal 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you with his fist. And then he'll make a bite attack, which is 19 plus 7, so you'll take a grand total of 20 damage from both attacks.
I'm already almost down, and I was above full health.
Yeah. So you guys just see Grimshaw dodging the first punch. However, he gets hit very hard with the second punch, and you see this gorilla-like beast like take a chomp at him. As Grimshaw tries to like get back, it takes a good chunk from his shoulder, and you just see the Balrgura licking his lips and pounding its chest like a gorilla would, being angrily throughout. But Zur, it is your turn. What would you like to do? Gotta zoom out a bit here. There we go. That's a good view.
Who would be the closest enemy to me? Let me see.
The Balrgura.
Anyone else? Anybody else? Like, where's the little guy? Is there like a little person?
There's a gnome. You can kill him.
Weekly.
And he's in a cage, so he'll be easy to kill.
There are these children down here.
I was gonna make the same joke.
Hey, but you know what? The children are like top 5 worst characters, so...
No, I will. I think it's been so long since the last episode, but I'm pretty sure I saved my last key point to bring out my astral arm. So that is what I will do with my key point.
Alrighty.
So that creature does have to. I believe it's a reflex save. Oh, reflex. Whoops, wrong system. Dex save.
Dex save for the Balrgura. Alrighty.
Yeah, let me just wait. There's a reach. Is he within 10 feet? Yeah, he's within 10 feet.
Yeah, you gotta move your token, so.
So.
You're fast as fuck, boy.
You said it's a dex save?
It's a dex 12 save, but it's still a save.
Yeah, he did a 21 to succeed, so.
That's fair. Where am I moved?
Are you able to move your token or no?
I can. I just haven't. It's
Here, let me move out of the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to. The measuring tool is what I'm looking for. See how many feet I got.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I got 40 feet, but I don't. Let's do.
Yeah, you can definitely make it to him, and you have reach. So.
Perfect. All right. So that is what I will do. Sorry, it's been so long.
It's good. You're in the same boat.
There. Do my astral, which he already saved, and my one attack at this turn.
Alrighty.
Yep, one attack this turn. 16 to hit?
16. Let me look at the stat block here. Does indeed hit.
Awesome. 6 points of force damage.
Nice. So you spawn your bare arms, and as you do, you punch him, and then kind of like an animal reaction, as if like two animals are facing off for domination. That's pretty much the expression as he has towards you as you punch him.
That's all I got.
Alrighty. Next up on the docket would be Mr. Davino. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna mosey on over. And I will Sacred Flame. That's a Dex 14 save.
Okay.
Actually, no. Toll of the Dead.
Toll of the Dead?
Saint
Okay.
Wisdom 14.
Wisdom 14. Okay. I shall fail it with a 7.
Yeah. I get to use the dice that's never used. A D12.
Yep. It has taken some damage, so.
Ooh. 11 necrotic damage.
Nice. Wait, necrotic damage? Let me see. I might have resistance to it. No, it doesn't. Okay. Alrighty. So this Balrgura hears a loud ping in his head, and you can see it's clasping its ears in pain. I would say this is towards a bloodied state at this point. So.
And then I am going to healing word Kaz and be like,
Oh,
better?
I don't. I don't need that. Autumn got me right completely.
Oh, then I will healing. uh, who is Grimshaw?
Yeah, Grimshaw's
Yeah.
pretty
Grimshaw
hurt.
Grimshaw got hit pretty hard.
Grimshaw got got.
Grim, this is why we don't run in places. And one of those random words in there was the healing word.
That's good. I've never seen someone do it that way.
It's like one of the judgmental words was the healing word, and that's 5 HP.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
All right. Next would be Kaz. You're our up.
Okay. Kaz is gonna move over here. She's still in starry form as far as I
Yep.
know. As the archer. Okay,
Yep.
sick. So, first she's going to cast guiding bolt on this guy.
All right. Make an
Okay,
attack roll.
That is Okay. Oh, sorry. Ranged spell attack. Okay. Boop, boop, boop.
Do.
13?
13 does not
Hit.
hit.
Oh wait, is the +2? Okay, shit. Never mind. Can I, as my bonus action, do the starry arrow thing?
Sure.
Yes, the archer. Okay. Another ranged spell attack.
All right. You missed with your guiding bolts. Now you're preparing to use a bow and arrow. Excuse me.
19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Okay. 6 damage.
Nice. You deal significant damage to the creature as a star-like arrow pierces its gorilla chest, and it goes like, seems to be a bit more angry from that.
Indole voices.
Anything else?
Quite rude. No, I think that is it.
Alrighty. So the paladins go as he is last on the initiative, surprisingly. He will say to Grimshaw, "Thank you, young dragonborn. Now," and he goes and grabs a bloodied great axe from the corpse of this berserker. He says, "Foul creature, you have stepped onto this plane of existence for far too long to suffer some deaths. Now I shall banish you once you came." And as you see that he is getting ready to do a rush attack, and as he does, he's going to make an attack roll against the creature, which he hits with a dirty 20, and he'll smite the shit out of it, as he'll use Divine Smite, dealing... Damn, that's a lot of damage. He'll deal 15 points of damage as he slashes right up against this Balrgura, and you see that this creature takes a huge brunt from the radiant damage, and then he'll get a second attack, which unfortunately misses with a nat 1. So he tries to go for the second swing, but now this Balrgura is pissed off at this paladin. Top of the round, Grimshaw, you're up. This Balrgura seems like it's looking pretty rough. You think 1 or 2 good hits could do it?
Grimshaw looks him dead in the eye and says, "You seem really upset. Perhaps you're disappointed with your endowments, and I don't want nothing to do with that." And he's gonna turn and he's gonna run, as he often does.
All right. Are you trying to disengage?
I'm gonna take the disengage action. I'm gonna run over to this cage, and I'm gonna yell over to Gaudy to toss me the keys.
Alrighty. He will toss you set keys.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna, if I can, I'm gonna open this cage and release this guy.
Sure.
And on my following turns, I'm just gonna get everyone out of the room while this fight's happening.
Cool. Autumn's go. He will go over here, try to get into position, and he shall cast... Well, he's going to actually shoot with his crossbow, so I'm going to roll for him real quick. He won't miss with his crossbow. He takes aim, tries to shoot at the Balrgura. The Balrgura ducks out of the way. And then he'll give a healing word to you, Grimshaw, and says, "Grimshaw, you're doing good work. Keep it up." And let me just roll to see how much you regain. Oh, that's not in the tray. You regain 7 points of healing.
Nice. Almost completely topped off.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
The Balrgura gets to go. He'll attack the paladin twice. He'll hit for 1. He'll miss for the second. And He'll miss with the third. So you see one big punch hit this paladin, goes, ugh! And then you see him Balrgura trying to go for a ground pound, but the paladin dodges out of the way. And you see the Balrgura tries to take a bite out of him, but the paladin ducks. Zur, it is your turn. What would you like to do? Zur, you there? Uh-oh.
Serious?
Serious? Hello? Hello?
Hello from the other side.
Alrighty. We will move on at that point. Davina, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna Toll of the Dead him again.
Alrighty. Has to make
Wisdom 14.
Wisdom 14, he hit a 12. He'll fail it.
Yeah. Oh, 11 again.
Nice. You deal significant damage to him. It looks like he could go down in one good hit.
And then I will just mosey on over to like right over here.
Uh-huh.
And just give him very judgmental eyes.
Okay. It's gonna be your turn?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Zur, are you back?
His CPU froze, I think.
Oof.
I
Yeah.
think he's working on that.
That's rough. Alrighty. We'll just
Yeah.
move on then. Kaz, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to attempt the guiding bolt again. 'Cause you know what? If it doesn't work first time, try again.
Try again.
11.
Does
Shit,
not
okay.
hit. It ducks out of the
Alright.
way of your guiding bolt.
All right. Well, let's do the archer thing then.
Okay.
15 to hit.
15 just hits. Roll your damage. He'll take half damage from it.
Sweet. 5.
5? Alrighty. How would you like to do
radiant
this?
Damage. Oh shoot. Okay. So I don't know. She just shoots him like he's opening his mouth to roar or something, and shoots him through the mouth.
Nice. So as this Balrgura seems to like get ready for a major attack against a paladin, you shoot your star bow and arrow right into its mouth. It goes, like you see like the radiance from that arrow glow in its mouth, and as it does, it just pops, and he turns nothing to ash, as he is dead, thus concluding combat.
All right.
Oh jeez.
Welcome back.
Wow.
Fight's over, Zur.
Yeah, we did that.
Yep. So you have
yeah, we should
defeated this
probably-
Balrgura, as I changed the music.
I'm gonna run around and release everyone, gather everyone up, and
Yeah,
fuck
I'm
exploring
getting
the
the
dungeon
people.
at this point.
I'm getting the people in here to come with as well.
Alrighty.
I asked for pittance first.
What?
5 gold.
Oh. I was like, wait a minute.
They take your gold.
1 second here. Alright, adjust the camera. Alright. After some brief amount of time, you're able to free all these prisoners. Some of them, one of them says, well, we would give you gold, but they took all of it. I think they took it somewhere in the middle.
In the middle. Well, we should make sure get your belongings back. And I'm gonna run north.
Alrighty. At this point, the paladin goes up to you guys. He recognizes you, Divino, as being a cleric and recognizes honest cleric. He says, adventurers and clerics, thank you so much for saving us all.
Right.
You're welcome.
Just do
That
your
was-
job better next time.
Well, I don't know exactly how I got here. I was just having a couple of drinks with my mates, and all of a sudden I woke up into this cage. Next thing you know, I see this weird demonic creature attack these
Wait a minute.
guards.
Where were you getting drinks?
I was getting drinks at the tavern, and then while I was in a
Whoa,
drunken
whoa, whoa,
stupor,
whoa.
walking down the town, and then that's all I remembered before being here.
Were you by chance at Cameron's Closet, an illegal brothel?
No,
Others have been getting grabbed?
he says, Cameron's Closets. The hell is that? Is that a brothel? Sure, make an insight check.
19.
19. You could tell he's genuinely confused when you mentioned Cameron's closet.
We'll circle back. In the meantime, I got treasure to plunder.
Well, that is fine. You have earned it, warriors. Now, and then he kind of looks at you, Davino and Autumn, and he goes, "Would one of you like to assist me getting these town folk out of here?" Autumn says, "I shall take care of it from here." He goes, "Very good. Come, citizens, we shall bring you all to safety." And then,
Come on.
and then, before they all depart, he says, "Thank you so much. May the gods bless you on this day for saving these citizens' lives." And at this point, everyone, including Autumn, will leave. And then Autumn, before leaving, he will say, "Thank you for freeing me and saving these people. I shall bring them to the temple to make sure that they are properly cared for."
I work for Ayla.
Alrighty. And of course, because the couple do indeed leave.
Thank God. I wanted to make sure they got out of here.
Alright, you go down that way, Grimshaw. Alrighty, I'm gonna reveal you the next bit. But what is everyone else doing? As everyone's basically going towards this direction.
I want to loot these people.
Yeah.
You want to loot the corpses? Sure.
They're cultists.
Let me just reveal real quick. Give me 1 second, Grimshaw. Alrighty. So Grimshaw, when you look down try to go towards the middle, you see like just a hallway of death. A bunch of body parts. There's an arm there, a leg there. You slip on some blood, but able to catch yourself before you fall, and you see there's blood coming from like a decapitated head.
Just astroplaning across this blood pool.
Yeah, and and it's just a bunch of blood and bodies.
Hemoplaning.
Hemoplaning. Oh god, that's horrible. I'm gonna loot everyone and all their sloppy blood.
Sure. From you, Davina, looting these corpses, you're able to obtain up to 3 great axes, but a total of 2 gold between all of them.
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
And between you, Grimshaw, you're able to gather about 6 gold pieces, but you're able to find 8 daggers worth of stuff.
I give 1 gold to Zer, and I give 1 gold to Kaz.
Thank you.
I will have Dottie take the daggers, and he can sell them as payment for his services in this fucking horrific dungeon.
Alrighty, he'll take set daggers and place them in the bag.
Very
Head down here and I assume pop out there and be like,
you see another corpse. You see another corpse that is just basically scattered throughout this entire section.
Well, I'm not gonna pick through his individual limbs for gold, so
yeah.
I think the treasure room's over this way. You guys find anything?
Not really.
I hold the 3 great axes.
Well, a lot of more
like
corpses.
dropping them everywhere.
They gotta be keeping all this shit somewhere. I don't necessarily think, now that people are safe, I'd like to get to the bottom of this now, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, let's move out.
Alrighty.
Moving right along.
Oh, you're gonna go that way or up?
That way, left.
Okay. I'm gonna reveal this room. You open the door and you see that this room is basically full of blood, and you can tell it's basically like a barracks type of scenario where there's like stone platforms that is used as beds, and now most of them are crumpled, and there's bloody corpses throughout this entire room.
Damn, they did not do well.
I'm gonna be going up. I want to go check out all the teller rooms.
Yeah. So you go up. You go in.
I'll go with.
Okay. I'm just gonna drag your tokens to Davino's.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So as Zer and Davino go up, you see that this is basically what seems like to be the main area of the dungeon. You see like 5 similar pentagram areas that are similar to the teleportation circle that you guys traversed on. Other than that, you do see what seems like to be a massacre. There's bodies everywhere. There's parts. There's squished viscera throughout this entire room. And the only thing that stands out other than the pentagrams is 4 chests that seem to be untouched from the Balrgura's attack in the middle.
Ooh, a chest! Ooh, 4 chests!
Wait, make sure they're not trapped or something.
I just poke it with one of the great axes.
Alright, you poke it with one of the great axes.
Nope, think it's fine, and I just open it.
Alright, you open the chest.
Deck save.
I'm not that cruel yet, but
Yet.
you try to open the chest, but it's locked.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Take my warhammer. Go against the lock.
Alrighty, you smash it against the lock. You open the chest to find.
Another chest.
You find seven.
Russian nesting
you,
chests.
you find 700 copper pieces and 7 ruby gems from this
Okay.
chest.
Ooh, 700 copper and 7 rubies. What's in the other ones? And I just start like
Zero
going on.
opened up.
Alrighty.
You're doing it? Okay.
Alright, you smash all of them. The overall total, besides the one I told you, you got 500 silver pieces, 100 gold pieces, a potion of superior healing, 2 sending stones, 2 +1 daggers, and 2 spell scrolls.
Zer is immediately bored with all of this.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention that you also find some bracers, Divino.
I just like go to Zer and I'm like, bracers?
Zer looks at him.
You look at the bracers there, you could tell these are monk bracers. It's surprising that you're able to find ones here, but they're basically orange in color and with inklings of brass within it. You could make a Arcana check or Wisdom check, whichever you prefer, to identify what these are.
Alright, let me take a look at my wisdom check it is.
Yeah, Wisdom or Arcana, whichever you prefer.
19 wisdom check.
Alrighty. You recognize these as bracers of fire. Mechanically, you would basically have to attune to it. But after you attune to it, you could optionally spend 1 key point to do an extra d6 of fire damage to any melee attack. And you could do that as long as you got key. And you could, once per short rest, catch Scorching Ray once per day. Using your Wisdom modifier as an attack modifier.
Without a key point? Or
Without
use a key point for Scorching Ray?
You do not need a key point for Scorching Ray, but you can only cast it once per short rest.
Zer takes those braces and puts them on.
You do so, and as you put them on, they seem to tighten quickly, and they kind of burn your skin a bit. As you do, you are able to withstand the burning, but as it does, you could tell, you get the feeling that these might be either singed to your skin or something else, but now, when you open your hands, you see some fire come out, and when you clench them, you see your fists for a brief moment turn into fire before it dissipates.
Ooh.
I put my hands together with the palms facing out towards Vito, and I start just focusing the fire in between my hands as I say, like,
I just pick up a piece of wood and I light it with the like, ooh, it's a torch now.
Okay.
And then, like, 20 seconds later, I'm still focusing on fire. And that's just how it goes.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Meanwhile, while that's going on, Grimshaw, you like to move up. Kaz, I'm assuming you're joining Grimshaw in this?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna walk around. I'm not gonna loot these bodies. I don't think they have anything.
All
Oh,
right.
did I notice the hemaplaning as I walked up here?
Excuse me?
The foot
Blood
size,
skating.
like just sloshing through.
Sure.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
go
good
into here, you
news.
see that this looks like to be like a break room or an eating room. You see that there's a bunch of food, and it seems like to be half a cask of ale, too.
I'm gonna take that half cask.
Sure.
I've
It is
gotta
it
carry
is
it.
it is a medium-sized barrel, so it's gonna be kind of encumbersome, I would say, to carry it.
Just tie it to Gaudi.
Sure. Gaudy
I
could
can
barely
carry it for you if you want me to.
No, it's what I pay him for.
Okay, fair.
He's kind of struggling, but you can see he's like got a good, decent grip on it. It's about as big as him, so.
Nice.
Oh.
Let's check on the others. I
Yeah.
think if we go that way,
Yeah.
just end up back
It'll
where
just-
we were.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You see Zerf with some, it seems like to be bracers that are glowing this like hot orange color. And you see that he's preparing like some sort of attack. And you see Davino
Damn,
like
I went
holding
the
a
wrong
board.
way. Nah, Nice. What's the tape?
And then after like 90 seconds of just loading this up, I shoot the fireball out.
Alrighty.
Okay. Right at Davina?
At the fireboard, at the board.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make 3 attack rolls. A scorching ray is 3 attack rolls. Because there could be a chance of accidentally hitting Davina.
Oh no, I've like walked away.
Oh, fair enough. Gotcha.
Yeah, I was, like he's charging for a while. I'm like, I just start poking all these bodies with the
You
stick.
are able to successfully hit the board, and you shoot 3 rays of fire. You expected 1 large ray, but all of a sudden, 3 rays of fire pop out, breaking the board multiple times. And thematically, you could like describe it how these scorching rays look like to you as a monk.
How would they look like? Well, I mean, I don't think my spectral arms have left yet, so I think each one of my if there's 3 instead of just 1, I guess each one of my I would have 1 in one arm and then 2 in each spectral arm, and then we all just launch it at the same time towards
Nice.
one target in 3 different directions.
Nice.
Sick. I'm gonna check out this room.
That room? Alright. It's a hallway that leads to a door.
Do we forget anything in here?
You try to go through it. It's other than the +1 equipment you saw earlier.
Yeah, we got all that. I'd like to go north and grab these last 2 areas and see if...
Okay, I'm just gonna
Anything
reveal the
left
last
to
2 areas then. While Grimshaw's exploring, what do the rest of you guys do? You guys can roleplay if you wish.
I'm going to try and see if I can differentiate the 5 teleportation circles and see if there's like a difference between any of them.
They all look very much alike. Grimshaw, you're able to find another barracks room that seemed to be untouched, and then you saw like a pentagram area opposite of where you guys landed.
So, my thinking is we pimp this place out, right? We, get some nice lights, maybe better storage. Maybe we find a new way to teleport, and we'll be set. This is the spot.
They teleported and like the big thing came with them, so teleporting may not be the best. By the way, and I give everyone 25 gold, 125 silver, 175 copper.
Whoa.
You can just type that in chat while this is going on. And we could probably do it over break, so. Alrighty.
Yeah, you can't just throw big numbers at us.
11, too big.
Alrighty, but you guys are able to catch a breather. You guys can benefit from the short rest if you want. Otherwise, you could just move on.
I want to take
I would like
we
to
should
short
probably.
rest because
Yeah, probably a good idea. Short rest. I do wonder whether we should use the teleportation circles at all. It seems like, medium
checked, there's
reward,
no
high
way out.
risk.
We have no way out of here without these.
Is there really no other entrance?
Through
I saw no...
through your exploration, Grimshaw, you could tell that there's no way out of here but through these circles.
They likely started underground and dug it out and then buried it. This is the most secure kind of cult place you could create. Could be anywhere. It could be right under the city.
So this is my question regarding the circles. Does it look like they're all identical and would take us all to the exact same place?
Good question.
Or like there's small variances to like this one goes to one location. Why is it not doing the thing?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Yeah, I just want to know if like they'll go to different places. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm actually proficient in Arcana. Okay, 14.
14. They all look very much alike, but there's slight differences to indicate that they could possibly bring you to different locations. You just don't know where exactly. You could kind of get the idea of where the one you came out of would go to, but you don't know for the rest.
There's also the possibility that if we use this, we wind up in a different cult stronghold.
True.
So
we do know the one that we used earlier connects back to the one in the city, but I think the
almost don't
guards
wanna
might have
use it.
I think the guards might have destroyed that at this point.
Not to mention the fact that if we do use it and summon a demon in the middle of the city, we will be implicated.
weren't there people coming back? Did we hear them say anything about where they were coming from and like which one they were using?
Are you asking the DM or?
I don't remember,
Oh,
Kaz.
gotcha.
I guess I'm guessing no one else remembers.
Can I roll
Either.
history to see if I remember any details about where these might lead?
You're talking about where the pentagrams might lead?
Yeah, if we heard anything.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Not my strong suit.
Guidance.
Oh, nice. That actually is going to be relevant.
I remembered I could do that.
21.
21. What's the best way to put this? So, you know, at least these guys are pretty much organized for the most part. So, one would think that these could be either places throughout the city, or it could also be places that could also lead to strongholds or elsewhere. You get the sense that these guys are pretty organized. So it would make the most sense that any of these could possibly lead into the city or maybe even elsewhere, or maybe at other strongholds too.
Grimshaw claps his hands together. I got it! And he goes over and he finds the least bloody dead person and he takes their robe. Disguises. We can't go back the way we came. We don't know where we're going to end up. The only way to create security is to pretend that we're just there and we're supposed to be there.
But wouldn't the opposite also be true if we teleport somewhere where there's like not cultists but gods and you come up showing like a cultist, then they'll just kill you?
Well, then we just take off. We just explain the situation. You know me. I mean,
And
I
they'll
just
be like, that's what a cultist would say.
Listen, we either gotta convince someone we are a cultist or convince someone we're not a cultist. Either way, I think I'm the front man for this. No?
Should I I can disguise myself as anyone. Should I disguise myself as one of the more like higher ranking ones that we met?
Can you make yourself invisible?
Oh, I mean, yes. I could do that too.
I think that would be safest for you.
I mean, yeah, fair.
For the group, I think we're best off just putting robes on and pretending. If we do end up in the middle of the city, I don't think they just put these in the open, because otherwise, robed motherfuckers just be popping up everywhere, wouldn't they?
That's true. The one we used was like hidden in an alleyway.
Yeah. Well, actually, that Palladium, how did they leave? They must have used the same one we did. So yeah, it's basically a question of more adventure or go home at this point. Either way, we might summon a demon.
Well, I'm kind of tapped out, so if we summon a demon, we're kind of screwed. Like, I can't really do much.
I mean,
oh yeah, we
could take like a long rest here.
But what if
you know?
Long rest? Let's just take a quick break and then go
Well,
up.
I thought we already had.
Yeah, we already short resting.
Yeah.
Then let's go home.
Yeah,
We've
let's
done
go back
all
the way we came.
wanted. Let's get out of here, like I suggested.
I'm gonna draw out all 5 of these as well as possible, and
There's another one on the far end.
I'll go get it.
Oh, and I want to like do extra attention to like where they're different. Like overall same sketch to the parts that are universal.
Yeah.
But the parts that are very like, oh, this is where the squiggle goes left instead of right, or there is no squiggle. That's where I'm going to be more like detailed focus.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. The main differences is like the different symbology within the actual pentagram itself. The actual little circles are pretty similar with one or slight differences, but the actual other designs inside it differentiate. But you are able to decipher these.
And I will give Gotti the 2+1 daggers.
All right. He is given 2 shiny daggers. He goes, "Oh, these are nice."
Those are nice.
Don't die, tiny creature.
My name's Gotti, right?
He gives Gotti a little kick in the back. He's like, "What do you say to someone who gives you a gift?"
Oh, thank you.
There you are.
and then I go to Grimshaw. Does he also run in like you do? Because I don't think he'll survive.
He runs in if I tell him to.
Okay, so it's not on me. Great.
I am gonna go over here and I'm gonna pick through and just look at. I just want to know what books cultists read in their downtime before we leave.
You go through all these books, and most of these books, they're usually just leisure novels and what have you. There's some books in there that recall, like, history or just occultism in general. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
So you're in a cult. How to tell your family. Cult life. How to invest in your 401k.
Cults for dummies.
Cult and taxes.
I only rolled an 8, but can I have Gotti help me for
Sure,
advantage?
to give you advantage, sure.
Yeah. It's 13.
13. While you're going through like this, Gotti mentions to you a book that stands out, and as you pull it out, you see that it's like a black, dark, moldy, leathery book, and as you go through it, you see like some dust comes out of it, which you cough a bit, and as you try to like wipe the dust off, you see that weirdly enough, this book is what seems like to be an old copy of a Bible of sorts, some holy Bible. As you dig deeper and deeper, and let me just refer to my notes here real quick. Give me one moment. The one thing that stands out is that amongst it, it seems to talk about like death, the intricacies of it, and what have you. But you see a symbol of what seems like to be a raven on top of a skull. You could go ahead and make a religion check if you wish to do so.
No, I'll probably just ask Davy later. I'll kind of at sea with religion.
Yes.
I take that, and then I'm gonna burn all the other books.
All right, you do so. With the greatest of ease.
Yep, that's it for me.
Alrighty.
Can we leave
All right.
now?
Yes, I think there's too many dead bodies here for my liking.
I'm gonna go ahead and keep that sketchy looking book to myself for the moment.
Okay.
Let's leave.
Oh yeah, you forgot these two unconscious dudes here. Anything you would like to do with them?
Oh, prisoners, obviously.
Oh no,
Yep.
tie them to each other.
Okay.
Gotti,
Make
carry
it.
these guys.
I can carry them,
Alrighty.
or Zer can if he wants to, but I don't mind.
If you can carry them, let's get them out of here and back to the torture chamber.
Alrighty.
Yoink, yoink. Oh,
Yeah,
We haven't brought any live
Yeah, attach them to 'em.
specimens back
So-
yet. This is gonna be a first, but we're gonna walk
how
in
do I
and be like,
attach them
listen.
to myself?
You would click one of them, and then there should be an attached
Lock.
thing right next to copy, and then you just attach them to your token.
Okay. Oh no.
No?
Whoops! I accidentally locked them. Whoops. Hey.
I'm thinking when we get back, I'm gonna look into this little ruby trade. Seems that there's quite a demand. We also shouldn't sell the rubies that we did get. I'm thinking that we might need them again.
Hold on, I got you.
Man.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold on to the rubies in case, like, we get stuck somewhere and it's like, oh no, we need to leave.
I got you.
Exactly.
Oh, nope, you
What
took the
the-
tag. Hold on, I got you. I did it for one of them.
You are the tag now.
There you go.
I'm unconscious.
There you go. You're good.
Come on, guys.
Oh, okay. It's all good. We're Gucci. We'll roll with it.
Yay.
Alrighty.
This is fine.
So you cast the ritual once more, and as you do, a demonic portal opens up.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty. Let me roll a D100 here to see
Damn.
if something pops up.
Oh,
It's a 25% chance, so we'll see what happens. Okay.
What do you find?
But does it
If
pop
it is
up
this-
on the other side?
You would
if
have.
it pops up here.
Alrighty. Let me move here. Let me take the scenery somewhere else.
It'd be funny if you left the demon behind when you left, so like people teleport out. If you don't even know all their friends are dead.
Ugh.
I have Grimshaw's own token for whatever reason, but I'm gonna change it. As I change
Oh,
this,
shit.
I'm gonna change the scene here real quick. It's nighttime, at this point in time, No, that's the other group's tokens. Here you are. Boom. And then we get Gaudy here. Boom. Lower him.
Debbie, do you think if we covered this sigil up, it would stop working? They could just, because you can't be inside boxes, right? Right.
As you guys
Like-
exit, you see what seems like to be, as I'm trying to set the scene here, you see it seems like to be a bunch of Palladium guard guarding it, and you see two of them approach. He's like, "Men, look! More people are coming out of the sigil." He turns around, and you see the guard that you guys saved over here. He goes, "Don't worry, they're the ones that saved the citizen's life and myself. They are free to pass."
People, we are heroes.
Zer walks proudly past them.
And then the Flame guard who he says, "Yes, they are heroes. They are the ones that saved the citizens," and you're just kind of walking past them and kind of ignoring them. So
No, not acknowledging him, but I mean, the way the first guard sounded, it sounded like we were just popping out for a fight. But just glad
There
it's
you
not
go.
happening that way.
alrighty, but nonetheless, one of the paladin, the dude who saved her, says, "By the way, the clerics expected you to be at the church for quite some time. They say it's urgent."
God, you're so loud.
Is
Zer
there-
lets
Of
out
course
a big
it's
old
urgent.
groan.
Does this place have a king or queen? Or any sort of major leadership besides these clerics?
The major leadership would be the head cleric.
We should go to the head cleric, right? It's about fucking time someone.
I start
acknowledged
backing away
us.
slowly when he says that. Like,
No,
authority
for-
figure not going to get involved there.
What, are they like a dick or something?
It's more like I like to have a low profile and not,
Low profile
like-
ain't my thing, so feel free.
Whatever
to back away
happened
your
in there was
nature.
certainly not low profile,
No.
Davino.
No, we fought a demon.
we walked around a lot. I feel like that's low profile, and that was the majority
Actually-
of it.
Actually, the Balrgura was more high profile. Nobody even knows we were there except our own citizens. Everybody else fucking dead.
right? So, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, there was a high profile thing, but that was such a blip in our time there, right?
Now we gotta go tell the clerics, and they're the biggest gossips probably on the planet. So, let's go do that. Should be
Yeah.
fun.
Should I turn these two cultists into the guards?
Oh yeah, I
or...
forgot about them. Let me put
Yeah,
them on the
yeah.
map.
I'm just
take
carrying
off the
one
tavern with
under each arm.
So what do you do as these guys see you carrying cultists?
Um,
Wow.
Yeah, I guess I'd set them down on the ground, and I'm like, well, these two were in the cult. They're not dead. They're just passed out. I wasn't sure if you wanted to, take ownership of them, or whether I should bring them back to the church.
One of the paladin guards says, "Don't worry, ma'am. We shall take them into questioning, and we shall make sure that they tell the truth of the events that occurred."
Just before that, though, and he goes up and he just kicks one of them in the ribs.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
You wake one of them. It's like, "Oh, what the hell?" And you see this look of "Oh shit" moment as he's staring up at you guys, plus this palladium guard.
Grimshaw just laughs. Let's go.
You chose the wrong
Okay.
side.
Goodbye. I'm sorry my friend kicked you.
Okay.
They kill children. They can get kicked again for all I care.
That's true. I'm not gonna kick you. I want to.
I can kick him.
You
Get him,
kick him.
Davey.
I don't know. I felt like this was a group thing. I thought that was the vibe, and I kick him again.
You do so.
We already killed so many of their friends.
Alrighty.
Actually, the Balrgura did most of the killing.
Oh, that's actually fair.
If
Alrighty.
anything, we avenged his friends.
We supervised the outcome.
murder.
Alright.
Yes.
You guys go to the church.
Remember,
Great
you
slide.
cannot spell slaughter without laughter. So really, we brought joy.
One second
Is
here.
that true?
I gotta adjust.
Yes.
He can't spell for
Laughter.
shit, so.
Yeah, think about it. Is it manslaughter or man's laughter?
Ooh,
Oh.
I like the
And
way
really-
you think.
If we brought laughter, low profile.
Oh,
Mm,
this is the discussion as we walk into the biggest temple on the planet.
1 second. Alrighty. As you come in, The door opens, and let me set the scene here. You see
I
that
unintentionally am covered in viscera from poking all the dead bodies.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Covered in viscera and playing the guitar.
As you guys are walking in, let me set the scene here real quick. Forgot to move these tokens in advance, but it is all right.
It's like a light splat every time we take a step in here. I really like to make their carpet and floors dirty.
Sure. One sec.
I'm gonna cast. Oh God, what's the spell?
Prestidigitation.
I'm gonna cast Druidcraft to make us all smell like wildflowers.
but we're still so
Wildflowers and iron is what we smell like.
Alrighty.
Wow, what a mix.
I'm covering up the smell of the viscera
Alrighty.
out of respect.
1 second, guys. I'm just setting move these tokens. All right. Token moving is complete. Alrighty. So as you guys walk in, you see like a bunch of clerics. There seem to be gathered a bunch. You see Autumn, and it seems like the grave cleric. He says, "Oh, you guys have returned." And he kind of looks. You see that you saw that he has a concerned look on his face.
We will address that look in just a moment. I want to walk past him, walk into the middle of this group of people that I have zero respect for.
Okay, as you walk into it, you see what seems like to be a crate. And as you look inside the crate, you see something very disturbing. You see what seems like to be a dead corpse. And as you look inside, you recognize the corpse, that being of your former ally, Umbrella, all chopped up and everything else like that with a note in their mouths.
Zer gets visibly upset because
Grimshaw's
Zer
just
members
completely
asking
stunned.
to join Umbrella on this crap.
He's just kind of standing there.
Kaz is like actually gonna go vomit outside.
You do so.
I vomit on the great axes I just dropped.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't even go outside.
Alrighty. The trickery.
Zer's so
Anything.
pissed. Zer's upset.
If anything,
Zer
Grimshaw.
asked to join her on this whole thing, and y'all told me no.
Alright. Rachel
Yeah.
tries to comfort you after you're vomiting outside of the church, Kaz. At this point, Davino, your friend, Braun Man, he's like, "Hey man, are you alright?"
Yeah, I'll be.
Alrighty.
Okay, I think.
And
yeah,
then
I think
Zer,
I'm
you with your look of disgust, and then how are you reacting to this Grimshaw?
Well, like for him, the church has always been there as something that just provided like almost nothing. Like it was kind of just a joke to him and his friends. And to see them now all gathered around his dead ally, having offered nothing and even very minimal rewards for basically doing all of this work and putting ourselves in all this danger, he takes out the black book, the very clearly cult heavy origin book, and he just slams it down. He says, "What is left of your house? What is left that you stand for?" And he just looks around with this like look, and he's like, "You disgust me. That you could let this happen." And a knowledge, cleric? What do you know? What do you know? And he like, grabs him and starts shaking him.
The Tempest cleric, she says, "That's enough. You get your hands off him. We're just as shocked as you are."
He like recoils from her, like touching him. He's like, "Leave me alone," and he just walks away.
Okay, he walks away, and then you see Theodore like grabbing the book, going through it. You see how are the rest of you guys reacting to this?
Kaz finishes and like wipes her mouth on her sleeve, and just kind of takes a really deep breath and walks in to, discuss what the hell is going on.
Yeah, you heard all this, Grimshaw getting fucking pissed and what have you.
He's like outside trying to like light a joint, but all his matches are covered in blood. He just is like trying again and again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kaz walks up. Sorry, what?
Go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say, as Kaz walks in, Zer's walking out, and Zer's just gonna look at Kaz and says, we clean up this town's messes, and one of us is gone. Told you. And leaves this church.
Alrighty. The tricky cleric comes back in, and Rachel says, are you good now?
No. What? How did you find her? Them. Sorry.
This
God.
was just given to us recently, a few minutes ago. We opened the crate.
Given?
We suspected something.
What do you mean, given? Like mail? Like someone left this on the steps of the church?
Exactly. Which is what we were
What-
trying to figure out. And then you guys
Shit.
showed up.
They have a note. May I?
By all means.
Okay. Kaz is gonna walk up and like very like gingerly take the note out of their mouth.
Alright. You look at the note, and it reads as follows. Trying to think of dialogue here. Of words that are on a piece of paper. The note says, Clerics of the Gods, it has brought to my attention that some individuals have intruded in one of our hideouts. Based on what my people have seen, a cleric has infiltrated into our ranks. I'm not too sure who it is, but this is what the note says. But what I do know is that this individual is connected to them based on what me and my men have seen. Try infiltrating again, and the next target will be the church. And then you just see the Cult of the Abyss symbol at the bottom.
Is it the raven with the skull?
No, it's not.
Oh.
What is the symbol?
It is the pitchfork symbol that you have been seeing with these cultists.
Okay.
The joint is lit finally, and he walks back in. I fucking called it.
Can I
Go ahead.
can I have a hit, please?
Oh yeah. He takes it and passes it to her. I forgot I had it.
Theodore comes up to you and says, "This book, where have you obtained it? Based on where you've got it from, I'm assuming you infiltrated into one of their bases."
I'm sure Autumn told you everything.
He has.
Well, does that not answer your question? That's where I found it.
He says, "You don't understand. This is one of the first Bibles of my God. How were you able to find such an artifact? How did these cultists were able to get it from?" And he kind of looks to the rest. Clearly, these cultists know that know something that we do not know. And he kind of looks all around.
Maybe they know you.
He turns around and says, "What does that mean?"
I think you know exactly what it means. And I want to try to read his reaction to Grimshaw's accusation.
Make an insight check.
It's only a 6. Grimshaw isn't sure, but at this point, he's suspicious of all of them. And
That's pretty
and
fair.
honestly, as soon as they give them some sort of recompense for saving 20, 30 lives, he's gonna look back, and he's not gonna look back.
Alrighty. At this point, the High Cleric takes center stage. You guys know that this cleric is Salvatore Gilmra. He's a Spanish man, kind of similar to the artistry here. He is a light cleric, and you see that his assistant seems like to be a high cleric of the light domain. And he says, "My fellow clerics, it would seem that there is a greater enemy than we have thought. Whoever this cult is threatening our city, and at great detail. It has harmed one of our citizens, and it has damaged not just our reputation of protecting these citizens, but it has also scarred this individual's friends," gesturing towards you, Grimshaw, and the rest of your party. And he says, "I command all of you to be to investigate this matter all at once. I will not have some cultists threaten our citizens, kidnap our citizens, along with most of our forces attending to petty crimes. It is time to prioritize our organization to ensure that the safety of the citizens are no more concerned. We must bring justice to this cult. We must end this cult, and we must ensure that no further citizens are harmed by it. If you need to hire other adventurers, so be it. But needless to say, this matter must be solved. If it isn't solved, then I might question the gods of why you are in my temple. This will not stand. I will expect all of you to immediately come up with plans to find this cult and to excuse me. I'm coming out dialogue on the fly. I expect all of you to go after this cult before any other citizen's blood is spilt onto the floor. And he
Where was this effort when all those people were being taken? Where was it?
Now is the time for negotiating, Kaz. They are not going to take any accountability. But, Your Highness, if I may, and he just proceeds without any permission because he doesn't give a fuck about this guy.
Sure.
Your current forces seem woefully inadequate to the task. So much so that we, mere neophytes, have proven ourselves far more capable. Give us priority. Give us funds and what we need. I'm a man from the underworld. I have seen the dark that you all seem to ignore so heartily. I will find them.
Make a persuasion check with advantage due to the situational ship. You see that the high cleric is pretty pissed towards the other clerics. So I'll give you advantage. So
that's a nat 20 for a 27 without even having to roll it twice.
Nice. He says, very well. He kind of gestures towards this high cleric here, and he says to her, one second, I'm referring to my notes. He says, Drenna, make sure the Palladium Guard are in full effect. Make sure to issue a curfew so that no other citizens are harmed during the cover of nightfall. And then he looks towards the high cleric, not the high cleric, the war cleric, and he says, oh, God, sorry, it's taking me a while. I'm just reading these notes here. Do I not have this guy's name on here? How? He says, Brax, make sure that the Red Guard are in full effect. I want your archers to spot anything that they see in the city and out. And he goes to the nature cleric, and he says, Fallen, make sure to communicate with Savannah to see if there's any other disturbances in the forest. There were some holy creatures killed in the forest a couple days ago, and I'm sure it's not a coincidence that these may come into effect based on the actions of these cultists. And he says, now to the rest of you, I want to make sure that you guys do your jobs as proper. Make sure that you give rest to the citizens whose lives are lost. Give them proper burial. As for the rest of you, I want you to help arm these forces of ours. And he looks towards Grimshaw and your party and says, and to ensure that these guys get the help that they deserve. Because clearly they are able to find more about this cult than any of you combined. Do I have everyone's attention? And then they all nod in agreement.
I already have a lead for you. I'd like to talk to y'all about rubies.
Yes, Autumn has told me that these rubies are a source of their teleportation.
Transportation is everything. If we can catch the cultists on the road, they're fucked.
He goes to Drenna.
Past your walls.
He goes to Drenna, says, Drenna, I want you to make sure you go to every single merchant and grab as much and confiscate as much rubies as you can. If they have any complaints, you'll suggest them to me, whether they want conversation or what have you. But I want you to contraband every single ounce of ruby on this island, and I want this done immediately. And then the half orc woman goes, yes, high cleric, I understand. And then she rushes out of the church.
Me and my comrades must deliberate, and he walks away. And as he walks past his group, you guys can see that his hands have been shaking this entire time, and he walks outside.
Zer standing outside with his knuckles all bloodied.
Alrighty.
Kaz is leaving as well. Are you coming to Vino?
I'm just backing out slowly.
Sure. You do so.
And that's how you talk to clerics. And I head to the tavern.
Alrighty. To the tavern.
I want to say, like, out of character, that was emotional for me for a couple of reasons, mostly because that was my fiance's character butchering that barrel.
Don't worry, I asked permission and she said yes. So.
I know, she turned to me and she's like, I've known the whole time. I was like, you fucker!
Yeah, I always ask, and then she's
No,
like, "Yeah,
I appreciate that.
She goes, "Yeah, She's like, "Yeah, do it." So I'm like, "Okay."
It fucked me up.
Yeah,
Ouch.
holy shit.
All right, let me just set the scene here. Let me clear some of the Palladium guard.
Everyone's dead.
Yes, everyone in this tavern instantly dies.
My partner just said that's so metal.
That was so metal, yeah.
So metal. 1 second here. I'm just adjusting. Okay. You guys go back to the tavern. It is slowly getting busy. You see that the tavern has its usual suspects. You have these three gentlemen seem like to be having some sort of like team versus team card game going on between the dwarves and the guys. And these two seems like to be older gentlemen sharing stories. Other than that, you do see what seems like to be a bunch of women talking to a bunch of rich men. And you see what seems like to be a small family gathering over here and a dwarven date going on around the corner. And at this point, 1 second. Sorry I keep pausing. It's been a while since I DM'd this game, so.
You're so good. Do your thing.
Thanks. You see... You see Asmar say, "Oh, well, welcome back." Oh shit! Seems like you guys have been through hell and to the hells and back.
Grimshaw just kicks his feet up, and he barely acknowledges this guy. He just kind of nods, and he looks at God, and he says, "Put it down." And he nods to the keg.
Okay, he puts it down.
I need a mug.
Asmar goes, "Very well. I'll go get one." He goes up.
I'm gonna take a little break here as Grimshaw just starts train drinking ales.
Yep. Asmar comes down, gives everyone a mug. He says, "Let me know if you need anything." And he kind of goes back to his table.
Before Davino starts drinking, he's gonna push the ale forward a bit, be like, "So, really quick, I think you kind of act before thinking, because if you upset the clerics, they might pull me from this, and you tend to run into danger. So, I would maybe not insult the people who run the entire city. And also, I don't know where your disdain for the gods really come from, but if they so choose to cut off magic from people, most of the people here would have no options for healing, or divination, or protection magic of all sorts. So I would channel the anger rather than just lash out.
Grimshaw like slowly turns his head. Fuck it, his white hair just like absolutely red with blood. And he says, "Yeah, I guess you have a point. Dragons, we have a long memory, and we remember what it was like before the clerics were, well, so friendly. And we've suffered at their hands. And one day I will tell you about that. But not as an excuse. I will not put your life in danger. I did think it was our best get, though.
Yeah, well.
I was just trying to get paid. That's all I thought this was. That's all I thought this ever was.
Well, I think it was very lucky that didn't end poorly, and that.
Oh
you
yeah,
weren't-
they could have easily killed all of you.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I don't know.
Maybe they did kill Umbrella.
Oh
I don't
no,
think they did. No.
Remember when I kind of melted the guy's head off? That would be there wouldn't really be like when divine magic is involved in ending something, there really aren't. It's more like scorched earth kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Death
Not
comes
like-
in many forms.
Like divine
Mm.
fire.
We
Not
sh-
that
Yeah.
travesty.
Death comes in many forms. I think we should look past it for now.
And let's go to the forest tonight then. I hate this town now.
And do what?
I agree.
I just signed us up to be holy rollers. He like puts his head in his hands. He's like, "What was I thinking? Why would I want to
Still.
work with them?"
Well, if we didn't do this, I don't
I said,
trust random adventurers.
I said
who
what
have
I
no-
said. Yeah,
yeah.
for that exact reason, Kaz.
No skin in the game, I guess.
We're the only ones who can. I mean, look how incompetent they are. I'm sorry, they're strong. Not saying they're not strong, Gabby, but they
I
are
am.
fucking incompetent.
They're not strong. They couldn't save a soul out here.
How
It's
many
just-
children we pulled out of that cave? Fuck, people we saw at this tavern. And he starts looking around like he doesn't trust any of them anymore.
Right.
I say we rally.
No, I said
Yeah.
let's just go.
It's late, Zer.
I know.
I
but
can't
I'd rather
cast
sleep
any
outside.
spells right now.
You know what?
Maybe-
Davino
count.
can't.
I will go under the stars tonight. We don't have to stay every night in a tavern. We don't have to leave the city forever, but it might be nice to be with something other than this.
It would be nice to see the sky.
Let's go. He picks up the keg under one arm, picks Gotti up with the other, and puts Gotti on his fucking back.
Alrighty.
I will find you guys. I need to go do something first.
If you
Like-
say so.
And I want to go find Ayla and give her one of the sending stones that I found.
So Ayla is a god.
Not Ayla, Sophia.
Sophia. Okay.
I was like, damn, bro, you are familiar
I'm like,
with your
damn.
god.
You are able
You
to
know,
do so.
I got that connection.
Sure, you go.
I got her on speed dial.
You go to the church. You give her a sending stone, and you just leave. Do you say any words to her specifically, or do you just give her and leave? You see that as you are going back to the church, you see like a bunch of forces are gathering. You see the Plain Guards like in full effect. You see the Red Guard like acting as like a night's watch.
I'm just gonna, as I hand her the sending stone, I'm just gonna say, I think this is bigger than what most of you are thinking, and there's going to be a lot more bloodshed. So whatever, and I point to like all like the sigils of like all the different like heads, like whatever all of you are thinking of doing, I would automatically just do more. And I will give her a copy of all of the teleportation runes.
Yep.
These were inside. They probably lead to other places. I don't know if you want to send scouts ahead or whatnot, but I need to be away from all of this for a little bit.
Sophia says, "I understand. May Ayla guide you in the twilights of night and day."
And I just do my back away slowly.
Okay, you do so.
And then I go find the group.
Alright. You find the group outside of town, as all of you at this point have left the gates. It is at this point we're going to take a short break. During this break, you guys can level up your characters, and then when we come back, we'll see where the rest of the story goes. So
Ah.
we'll
Ah.
see what happens next. So we'll be right back.
Woo!
Yeah.
We did it.
All right. And we are back. So, to kind of pick off where we left off, Davino, you give the sending stone along with sketches of the pentagrams to Sophia, your mentor, before leaving and joining the party outside of the town. You guys sense that as you guys are all leaving town that they're like a bunch of the Palladium Guard are trying to get people to their homes as fast as possible. Seems like they're doing a lot of like on patrolling. Seems like they're buffing up the city's security. It seems as you guys are heading out.
Big surprise.
Yeah, Kaz is not really paying attention to this. She's just walking out.
Alrighty.
You know?
I just look at it and be like, this is pointless because they couldn't stop it before. They're not going to be able to stop it now.
Let's hang out by the river. I could do with maybe some running water.
Some fish for Zer. That sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alrighty. You guys. So
I'm so sorry if you didn't plan that beforehand with a map. I just realized how much of a dick move that is.
it's all good. I got.
We're going by the river near the 2 trees only, and the mountain,
yeah, that specific place.
Alright.
adjacent to the cave on the west side.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys know, and I'll let you know this as before you guys continue on, you're about to enter Sylvia's forest under the cloak of night. Now you are allowed to enter. However, once it strikes day, the entire area will be completely changed. And there could be a chance of you guys maybe not making out. So like if you go through this and you go through the next day, there could be a chance of you guys not escaping the forest, and it could be difficult to get out. So I will say that as a DM. Because the forest changes every day.
In Grimshaw's mind, we just teleported into God fucking the devil's asshole. So walking into the forest at this point, it's what his people do. They just get lost.
Alrighty.
In we go.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
You guys want to roleplay anything as you guys are embarking into the forest?
I think it's just a solemn moment. Like, he's not really saying anything, kind of just letting the night air kind of
That's fair.
Yeah.
decrisp their brains.
Alrighty. So, you guys go to a place that looks similar. You can already tell that this area is different. Because the last time you entered, you went into a crossroads. You entered to this crossroads, but you guys recognize this as finding the dead unicorn. And it seems like it's a couple days have passed, and since then, if you recall, you, Kaz, did a prayer and a druid ceremony on the dead unicorn's corpse, and it seems like a bunch of flowers have bloomed where the corpse once laid.
That makes me happy that that's there.
He kneels down and offers kind of a solemn prayer.
Alright, what is your solemn prayer?
He's gonna keep that to himself. He doesn't say it out loud.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Cause as you get closer to the former grave, you sense a better connection with the forest, along with seems like to be the goddess Sylvia herself. It seems like you have graced her forest with such a blessing. Because you did this in character, and this was a character moment, you gain an inspiration.
Oh. Okay. Wonderful. So I have a better understanding of the forest, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Do I know where these paths that I'm seeing might lead to? Because I know the forest changed.
Make a perception check.
Okay. What is my perception?
Yeah, but you sense that the goddess Sylvia was pleased by your druidic practices on the unicorn,
Aw.
and you feel
Yay,
inspired from this.
That was a 15.
So, other than the way you came in, you look right and this way, and you see what seems like to be a sound of water this way. Looking right, you see what seems like to be a continuation of the path, and the same thing going south.
Okay. Well, if we want to go to the water, it's over this way.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot to add the water map, but I can easily add it. let's do this. I don't think you guys have been into. Yep, you guys have not been into this area yet. I was like, wait, did you went this last time? Let me know if you guys been to this place last time. I don't recall.
No, we've never been
No,
here.
I don't think so.
Amazing. Alrighty.
No, that's the one that almost drowned me.
You guys approached a waterfall. And it seems like to be a lot of rushing water along with like a small lake that it has created.
Awesome. Kaz is just gonna put down her pack and like take off the outer layer of her robe and just like go into the water.
You do so. The water's
just-
refreshing.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's just gonna dive as deep as she can, and she's gonna try and come back with a fish.
Sure. Make a perception check while underwater.
Grimshaw's just gonna wade out into the water. He's gonna take like his jacket and all that stuff off, and just gonna stand there and just stare out.
Alrighty. Sir, Davina, what are you two doing?
I'm actually going probably to the far end, near the base of the waterfall,
Yep.
and just start cleaning all the viscera off of me.
You do so.
In like a way of like also meditating. You know how like some people like when they need to zone out, they'll like throw themselves into something.
Right.
Trying to understand how so many people with divining abilities didn't see this coming. Like trying to wrap his head around that.
Gotcha. And sir, what are you doing?
Zer's gonna go to the top left corner over here. I don't know if there's like a place for him to sit under the waterfall, but he's gonna strip down to his, I guess, his undergarments, and then just try to sit under the waterfall a little bit and
Alrighty.
zone out.
Yep, you do so. And I see you, Grimshaw, you're taking a dip. You're taking a dive.
Yeah. How loud is the waterfall?
It sounds like a natural large waterfall. It's that type of noise.
Like it dulls that sound pretty good.
Yep.
He's gonna wade up under the waterfall and kind of like put his head down. He's just gonna fucking scream
Alrighty.
like till his throat bleeds.
Alrighty. Kaz, you are able to find a fish and we're able to grab it and snatch it as you come up to the surface. As you do, you see Grimshaw going underneath the waterfall. You see Zer going underneath the waterfall. You also see Davino seems like to be bathing himself underneath the waterfall. Seems like everyone's
Yeah.
trying to have a somber moment to themselves. You get the sense, get the vibe. Excuse
Kaz
me.
is gonna let the fish go. She was just kind of focusing on finding food so that she didn't have to think about this.
Sure.
But she's just gonna float, and it's nighttime, right?
Yep.
She's just gonna look at the stars
All right.
and also see if she can try and make some sort of sense of what is going on with the stars.
You sense that the stars have changed. They glow a bit more brighter than usual. Based on your Star Druid class, you get some sort of weird connection to the stars. You get the feeling, based on some constellations and what have you, that there is a sense of change that you get from these stars looking up upon them floating. And you get a sense that change could be coming sooner than expected.
That's terrifying.
Whether it's good or
Can't even
bad,
look at
you
the
aren't
stars
too
these
sure.
days.
I'm sorry?
Whether it's
Tyler?
good or bad, you aren't too sure, but change is coming.
Grimshaw's gonna haul himself back on the land.
Gaudius just
He's
been chilling there. He says, "Boss, are you all right?"
Yeah. He just kind of like looks at Gaudy and then just looks back at the water with his feet in it. Grimshaw's like, you guys are like spending more and more time with him, kind of seeing the real Grimshaw, and he's like very gaunt. Like his body is very clearly malnourished and has a lot of old injuries. And he's just sitting there fucking staring at the water.
All right, Gaudy will.
Kaz is gonna grab another fish to.
Gaudy will
um,
just sit right next to you in silence and try to comfort you in silence. All right.
Kath is gonna grab another fish and she's gonna get out and she shakes off the water from her fur like a dog does.
That honestly makes Grimshaw just kind of chuckle heartily a little bit.
You look hungry. I'll make a fire and we'll eat something if we can stomach it. And she's just gonna like Davino, just kind of busy her mind
Sure.
with mindless tasks.
Of course. You guys occupy yourselves, whether it be meditation or through personal thought, through personal grief, or through tasks. You eventually all come together as the food is finished cooking, finishing with your meditations, and after gathering your thoughts as you guys set up camp for the night. And at this point, all of the camp is set up right here. I don't have props or what have you, but it's assumed that camp is set up near the edge of
We'll
the
use our
waterfall.
imagination.
Of course.
You just write the word tent fire.
Fire. People.
If this was in real life, I would just draw it.
Fair.
Oh,
Alright.
can't we just draw?
I can't, so. Well, sure. You could draw whatever you like.
Just a fire.
Sure, it's blue. Alright. But eventually, all you guys kind of gather around and just eating some of the fish that Cass has caught. And most of the night is going silent. At this point, you guys have
Yeah.
times to yourself.
I'm gonna give the majority of my food to Gotti and just eat the nicer bits.
All right. Tent.
Perfect.
Yeah, Zer doesn't actually eat tonight.
Fair enough.
He doesn't?
No, he doesn't eat tonight.
That's fair. We gotta find that fucking obelisk.
Not tonight.
Wherever it is. No, not tonight, but that's the only thing we have to go for.
Yeah. It's just the mission and us. And Grimshaw's gonna take out his guitar, and that's probably gonna be the last thing he says tonight as he just kind of strums the night away.
Alrighty. All of you guys eventually take a rest. You guys occasionally take turns going on patrol, but nothing crazy occurs. The only thing is that the entry points of where your current area is shifts as long vines and long roots kind of wrap around the forest, indicating a change in the forest. Davino, you are in your tent. I'm going to put 10 above your head. And I'm going to zoom in on you for the stream because you're going to go into a dream sequence right now. What are you dreaming of?
I think what I'm dreaming of is more of altered events of the last few days where people were getting hurt, but I wasn't able to get to them in time.
Mm-hmm.
And that there's this air of guilt of not having been able to get to Umbretta in time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a perpetual replay of different people dying, and I'm not able to get there in time. So there's a lot of this is my fault.
You start to have these feelings and the scene. Everywhere around you goes dark. You look around for any sorts of light, but you aren't able to see it for a bit. That is until going past you, you see a pastel blue flame go right past you, and as it does, you see a fox walk between your legs chasing after it. You recognize this pastel blue flame along with the fox as being related to your holy symbol. And you see as the light continues forward and as the fox continues to chase it, you see a path is being created by this flame.
I slowly just follow the path.
All right.
I don't even take my warhammer with me.
Sure. You walk the path as it does. You see the fox continuing to chase this pastel blue flame until eventually the flame hits what seems like to be a campfire. You see a fox leaping onto what seems like to be a log setting, and you see that there is a second one nearby, and you see as you get closer and closer, and as your vision starts to capture it, you see that you're in a similar campsite. It looks like you're at your campsite. However, it is around the wee out. It looks like the wee hours in the morning. It's like the sun is just slowly about to rise up. You see the flame that was once there is now a pastel blue, and your comrades are nowhere to be seen. But what you do see is some spectral woman in a pastel blue flame type of aura. You get the feeling that this may be some sort of visage of your goddess. And it just gestures you towards the empty log sitting right nearby the pastel blue flames.
I slowly approach and I sit,
Okay.
and I just have my head down, partially in reverence, but also in anger.
Mm-hmm. The goddess says, you are very troubled, Divino. That I can very much sense. The loss of your comrade, the anger that you have towards your masters. I can understand how that would feel to you.
What is the point?
The points of
If-
what? Life, society, the clerical order of the gods.
Of all of it? They can ask all of you for assistance, they can ask all of you for guidance. And I'm no one, and I walk into a bloodbath of innocence? Of people that are being taken and branded to become demons? Did no one care to give advance warning? Did no one see be fit to let any of the high clerics know? Were us mortals not worthy enough to even be warned of the danger ahead?
There are cruel evils in this world. This world, as she kind of gestures towards the sky, is a newly formed one. These kinds of evils are the first, as per the natural of all things. However, when there is evil, there is also good. As far as these clerics go, some of them, I will admit, have been too occupied with other matters rather than praying to the divine. That I could say. But perhaps it requires the role of others rather than clerical orders to truly make a change in this world.
Well, they don't even really seem to care much what all of you want. And the ones who live piously and claim to do so are even more useless in this endeavor. So what is it are we supposed to do?
You already know what needs to be done. That you have quite figured out.
Was her death quick?
There's a weird pause. According to my sister, yes.
So I will just get up and say, Then I will continue on this path for now.
This image of your goddess stamps up and says, "When times are dark, we must look at the light of things." And she gestures towards the blue flame. "I know that you have been cramped down with book learning from your master and probably told other ways of the gods from others such as your family. But just know that everyone walks their own individual path. Whether that leads to a more connection to us divine beings or to some other cause is up to the path and the decisions that you made. All the decisions that you have made up to this life. Your dedication worship towards me, whether that's towards the envy of your father or on purpose or genuine, it has led you up to here. It has led you up to today. And as I always say to those chosen, to walk the path of the candle and to ensure that the lights of this world, no matter how dark or how bright, we see the world as how it truly is. And it is up to individuals of the world in order to make a difference. And I'm counting on you to make a difference to purge this evil with your allies. You'll have my support."
I just nod and quietly walk away.
As you walk away, you wake up as it is the wee hours of the morning as Zur wakes you up and as you're turned for watch. But over the lengthy course of time, the day has changed and all of you benefit from a long rest. As you guys have rested, whatever nightmares or dreams you have for the nights, it is a new day. And you can sense that your journey to complete your goals has now truly begun.
Well, I know how I want to start this day. And he looks over at Gotti and he has him unload the keg again.
Alrighty, he unloads the keg.
I'm going to have a quick top off of ale.
Okay.
And then we are going to get lost again.
Time to get faded.
Yep. It's that kind of day.
Yeah. You pack up your equipment, you prep whatever spells you guys need to prep, and then you continue your journey. At this point, you guys can move your tokens. There is a path that goes this way, there's a path that goes that way, and there's a path that goes up on both sides of the waterfall.
I'm just going to follow Kaz. She seems to know her way around.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's like any tracks or anything, or anything that was like similar to what we passed when we found the obelisk the first time?
You tried to find tracks, you could not find any. It's weird. You left tracks yesterday at Viscera, but as soon as you guys try to look for a new path, the tracks are gone.
Which way you think, Kaz? Oh,
Is Kaz here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hey, sorry guys, I turned off my mic so I could eat something without
Fair enough.
sounding gross. Forgot it was off. Should I roll a perception check to know something about what's going on with the forest here?
You can make a nature check to see what's going on with the forest.
Yeehaw. Man, I just dropped that die. No. Sorry, my cat's trying to play with my dice.
It's trying to roll for you.
Yeah, for real. 14?
14. You get the sense that your tracks being covered, like clearly you guys left like some blood trails because of you guys cleaning up blood off yourselves. It would definitely stay the morning, but it seems like it's all clean. You suspect it could be just the natural magical properties of this forest.
Yeah. Well, let's see where this waterfall comes from. And she's just gonna start walking up.
Okay. Alrighty. Do you guys follow?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. You guys go up, and as you do, you follow the waterfall to where it reaches a weird end. It seems like it would continue forward, but once you reach a certain crossroads, it seems like to be cut off by some way. Like there's no source from the waterfall. It seems to like come from a different part of the forest altogether. You guys then follow like whatever remnants left, and you come across a forest crossing. I'm gonna put your tokens there.
Can I roll another nature check here?
Sure. What are you trying to entail?
I'm just trying to see if I can get a sense of where these trails might lead. Like if I can hear anything or see any animal tracks.
Gotcha. That would be perception check in that case.
Okay. Yep. All right. Ba-doop-ba-boo. 10.
10. You aren't
Great.
too sure. Any road could lead to anywhere.
Okay. Well, onward and upward, I guess. Or
Alright.
she's just gonna keep going straight.
Yep. You guys could role play while walking if you wish. Otherwise, we could just move on.
Grimshaw's just gonna work on tuning his guitar.
Sure.
It's kind of annoying, actually.
Sure.
I'm hungry. Anybody got anything to eat?
Yeah, I saved the fish from last night for you. Here. And she
Thank you.
hands him a cold fish. It's not very warm. Unfortunately.
He begins devouring immediately. Yeah.
You do so. All right. So you come to another crossing. This time, it's a more ominous crossing as you see like a dying tree in the middle.
Ooh. Okay. Kaz is gonna see if she can figure out what's killing this tree. Like, what does it look like? Is it
It looks
just
like
old?
it looks like a large oak tree that is clearly seen throughout the years, but you get the sense that based on your general druid knowledge, that it is towards the end of its life cycle. But you feel go ahead and make a nature check to decipher any other information at this point.
13?
Something seems off about this tree. You recognize that that oak trees tend to live hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. You live in the year 146, and it's already at the end of its life cycle. Something's off. You can't quite figure it out though.
Can I see like any like tracks or anything like that, or can I feel any sort of magic that might be killing this tree?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You get the sense that some time ago it was tainted, but by what magic you aren't too sure. You look around the tree around most of the time and you see like there's carvings around the sides of it. Some of it being juvenile, clearly done by kids, which you know wouldn't harm it too much. And you see more like rushed and more like digged in carvings, which it's like, okay, it's just either like some large animal or something is like hurting this tree. And then you look around it and you see that it sustained some damage, probably some, whether that be some magical effects or what have you. But the one thing that stands out is that you do seems like to be a symbol of a pitchfork. You recognize this as the cult symbol that was carved into it, which seems like to be weeks ago. And you see that it is glowing this red glow. And you, based on your Arcana check, you get the feeling that this type of magic is more like a magic to like make sure you're not lost in the forest or something. So this is like cutting a mark on the tree to ensure to know where you are. It's kind of like that, but magical.
The cultists were going this way. They're killing this tree so that they don't lose themselves here.
So
I can't figure out which way is the pitchfork pointing.
It is pointing towards this general direction.
Okay.
Why don't we, well, maybe get a little tricky with it? Out of character, would I be able to modify this in any way?
Go ahead, like modify the actual symbol.
Yeah, not only like to try to like save the tree, but also maybe like create a new one that's not real and like point them in the wrong direction.
Make an Arcana check.
Can I have Gaudi help me with that?
Sure.
Maybe.
Guidance.
Plus-
Advantage with
plus-
guidance, yes.
I don't really know. Debbie, what do you think? You think maybe we could get this to face the other direction and fuck with them? Maybe remove this? Stop killing this tree?
Do I make an Arcana check?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
Guidance.
Yeah, guidance yourself.
Guiding yourself.
Yeah.
I can guidance you.
Oh, that was actually really good.
If only it's stat.
26.
Dang.
So you can either place a new symbol on top of it in order to try to confuse them, or you could do a dispel magic spell to be rid of it. That's what you gather from it.
You could dispel it, and then we could just carve it on there. Like, make it look fake.
I can't really dispel it.
I'm not able to either.
Could we just like
I
cut
think
this
I
part
can.
off? Oh.
And I'm gonna start Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Oh.
You do your Scorching Ray as you shoot your 3 blasts at the edge of the glyph. And as it does, you see that as you do, you singe off most of the glyph. And at this point, the magical effects of it disappear. And it is now just a burning hole where it once was. What's your general nature modifier, Kaz?
My nature modifier?
Yeah.
Whoa, where are the nuts? +3, but I also have proficiency.
Okay, so what's the total modifier?
5.
5? You get the sense that the tree didn't like what Zur did.
Okay. I am going to yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna put my hand up to the hole and I'm gonna cast Healing Word on the tree.
What is the actual word?
I'm sorry.
Tree.
All right. You don't need to roll for hit points. You heal it, and you see like the bark kind of grows at an accelerated rate. You get the sense that the tree was pleased from it and is happy that it has healed, since it hasn't been healed. It seems like for a long time.
I'm gonna carve a new symbol into the bark that's going the other direction. Not like cut deep or anything, but just into the bark.
Sure, you do so.
All right.
All right,
let's follow it.
Are we not here to kill some fucking cultists?
Oh, I'm always down for it.
Yeah.
Damn, out of frame. And I'm like, oh shit.
Zip.
All right, Davino, is there anything you guys would like to do? Anything as you guys continue the path? Alrighty, so we're gonna move on to the next bit. You guys move forward, and as you do, you see what seems like to be an old abandoned mansion covered in a lot of bramble and what have you. You can sense that this mansion has been here for quite some time. Based on the general look, you see that it would have been a lot of bramble covering the doorway, but you see that someone else already like made a presence here at some points. Can I have every one of you make perception checks?
Uh, 12.
12, okay.
15.
8, 18. Davino?
Davino?
We hear you.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Sorry, my headset was cutting out. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, but make your perception check.
ETH. Ooh. That is 25.
Grimshaw and Davino, you hear what seems like to be a fight going on in the mansion of clashing swords and what have you.
Grimshaw tests out his new spell, and he turns invisible.
Alrighty. Hold on, let me
Oh,
give
good
you...
trick.
You turn invisible.
Yeah, I learned it from you.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know where you are, so I can't guide you.
Oh, sorry. I just
And I start
tap him on the
walking
shoulder.
in this direction, trying to touch him.
Sure.
He like taps him on the shoulder.
Oh, guidance.
Alrighty, you get guidance. Alrighty.
All right, let's do this.
Alright,
Hang back, Cody.
Alright, boss. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna hide in the trees.
Gotcha.
I said, hang back. What are you doing up here?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad, boss. Alright, Davino's, or what are you doing? Gentlemen?
Hello.
I think his headset's fucking up again.
Oh boy.
Damn.
What are you two doing? You see Gaudy getting his crossbow ready. You see what seems like to be Grimshaw about, and well, you don't see Grimshaw, but you see like something entering to the door, which you could assume it's Grimshaw. But what are you and Davino doing?
I'm gonna, I think, hide with Cass.
Alright. Both of you make stealth checks for me.
Yeah. Do, 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 do. Ooh. Fuck. 5.
5 and 15. Okay. Davino, you're hiding too?
Yeah.
Make a stealth check, and then Grimshaw, go ahead and make a stealth check for Gaudy.
Oh,
Got a 19.
12.
19? Okay. 12? Okay. Alright, Grimshaw, you open the door. You seem to enter some foyer. This would be like a place where one would sit their boots and what have you. But you do hear a lot more commotion on the other side of that door.
All right, I open it.
And you'll find out what's behind it next week.
Ah, man.
So we'll see you guys next time as we continue this very emotional story so far. And until then, guys, we shall see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.